Hare Krishna. Tomorrow is Shivratri. Shivratri is the night of Lord Shiva. It falls on the 14th day of every month, every lunar month rather, or the day before the new moon. Total 12 Shivratris occur in a calendar, but Shivratri is the one which occurs in the month of Falgun, or in our Vaishnava calendar as in the month of Govinda, February/March. And it is very auspicious, not just for the spiritual people, for the seekers, but for everyone who are looking for peace and auspiciousness. So why Shivratri is celebrated? Because it is celebrated, there are many stories, many legends explaining that. The famous story is about the churning of the milk ocean, or the Samudra Manthan, when the Halahal emerged and it was about to destroy the existence, entire existence rather. And before that could have spread in all the directions, Lord Shiva, rather Sadashiv, Sadashiv, who is in the spiritual planets, everybody sought his shelter. And because Lord Shiva is always very, very merciful towards all the living entities, and he is supposed to be the highest of all the Vaishnavas. And a Vaishnava is somebody who is not happy when others are not happy. It's called para dukkha dukhi. So a Vaishnava is very unhappy to see others, conditional souls, in unhappiness. So Lord Shiva, the Rudra, is the best of all the Vaishnavas. Vaishnavanaam, yathaa Shambhuh. So Lord drank the halahal poison and he held in his throat, and that night it's called Shivratri. The devotees, they observe the fasts and worship the Lord all night. And the same is also, some people celebrate that this night on the Shivratri for the marriage of Lord Shiva with Mother Parvati, which is Mother Durga or Mother Gauri. And some celebrated that Shiva danced the Tandav dance, a cosmic dance. So these are the various reasons for the celebration of Shivratri, Shivratri rather, which is tomorrow. And also it signifies the beginning of spring as well. The flowers, blooming of the flowers, and after the winter, the earth feels re-energized. Some people chant the mantra Om Namah Shivaya all night, and even during the day they will go to the temples, offer the milk, yogurt, ghee, honey, etc. as Abhishek to Shiva, and also chant the Mahamrityunjaya mantra Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamev Bandhanat Mrityur Mahamritat. Shiva is supposed to be the most compassionate and most great. He's such a giver. He is easily pleased, and who utters the Lord's name, Shiva's name, they reach the abode of Lord Shiva and live there. But the Vaishnavas, they worship Lord Shiva so that they can have the benedictions to become better devotee of Lord Krishna. because Shiva also is always worshipping Lord Krishna. And we as Vaishnavas, we worship Lord Shiva on this day so that we become better Vaishnavas, better devotees of Lord Krishna. There's reference of Shivratri in Srimad Bhagavatam as well. And in Krishna book as well, chapter 34 is mention about Shivratri. That wherever Prabhupada says there in Krishna book that wherever there is a temple of Lord Shiva, there must be another temple of Ambika or Durga, because Ambika or Durga is the wife of Lord Shiva, and she's also called Mother Gauri as well, and she is the most exalted of all the chaste ladies, and she's always in the association of her husband Shiva. And after reaching the Ambika Van, the cowherd men of Vrindavan first bathe themselves in the river Saraswati. If one goes to any place of pilgrimage, his first duty is to take a bath and sometimes even to shave his head. That is the first business. After taking the bath, they worship the deities and then distributed charity in the holy places. This is from Krishna book, chapter 34. Also in Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 7th chapter, 6th verse, it says, Maitreya Vacha, Tada Sarvani Bhutani Shrutva Vidhustamoditam Paritushta Tamabhistata Sadhu Sadhav Iti Atha Bhruvan. So, in this verse, Shiva is described as Midhustama, the best of the benedictors, like we read earlier, that he easily gives the benedictions, and that's why he's also called Ashutosh. He's easily satisfied and also quickly angered as well. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that the less intelligent persons, they go to the demigods for material benedictions, and in this connection people generally go to Lord Shiva because he's Ashutosh, he's easily pleased and he's very compassionate and he's very quickly satisfied and by his devotees without any kind of special considerations. So he's called Midhustama, or the best of the benedictors. So material people are always anxious, always worried to get the material gains, and they're not serious about the spiritual profit. So all go to Lord Shiva. And there are many stories about Lord Shiva, that how he's also the best benediction giver in spiritual life as well. So there's a story of a poor Brahmana who worshipped Lord Shiva for benediction, and Lord Shiva advised the devotee to go to see Sanatan Goswamis, one of our 6 Goswamis of the Vaishnavas who lived in Vrindavan. And that devotee, that Brahmana devotee, went to Sanatan Goswami and told him that Lord Shiva had sent him to seek benediction from Sanatan. And Sanatan had a touchstone with him. But he kept that touchstone in the garbage. On the request of the poor Brahman, Sanatan Goswami agreed to give him the touchstone. Brahman was very happy to have it, and he was happy that he could have as much gold by simply touching that touchstone. After leaving Sanatan Goswami, he thought, if this was this is the best benediction, the touchstone. Why Sanatana Goswami kept the touchstone with the garbage? So he decided to return to Sanatana Goswami and ask him again that if this is the best benediction, why you kept it with the garbage? Sanatana Goswami said, this is not the best benediction, but are you, the Brahman, ready to take the best benediction from him? Brahman said, yes, Lord Shiva has sent me to you for that. So Sanatana Goswami asked him to throw away the touchstone in the water nearby and then come back. The poor Brahman agreed to do so, and then Sanatana Goswami initiated the Brahmana and gave him the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And just by the benediction of Lord Shiva, the Brahmana got the association of the best devotee of Lord Krishna, Sanatana Goswami, in Vrindavan at that time, and he got initiated and even got the Mahamantra. He got the Diksha from Sanatana Goswami and got the Mahamantra as well. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In the purport of 7th verse from the 7th chapter of the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it says, Vaishnavanaam yathaa Shambhuh. Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee of Lord Vishnu. Lord Krishna, within brackets, Vishnu, is in the analogy considered to be likened to milk, and as we know, milk is the source of so many dairy products. Krishna to Bhagwan Swayam, and so Krishna or Vishnu is the origin of everything. Vishnu is plenary expansion of Lord Krishna. When Krishna wants to see wants the activity overseen of the modes of Tamogun, he expands himself by transforming his supreme powers so that no one else could, and in that state Shiva, so Krishna, he transforms his supreme powers to act in that way as no one else could. And in that state, Krishna is Shambhuh. As we know, Shambhuh is the shadow of Sadashiv in spiritual sky. So it may be seen that, and in material world, it's Lord Shiva. Shiva lives in the Vital, which is below the earth, the lower planetary system. And so it may be seen that that milk is transformed into yogurt, and as we know, yogurt can never become milk again, but milk can be transformed into yogurt. And this is in Brahma Samhita 5.45. So the purport goes, the purport of this Brahma Samhita, which is a translation by Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, who was the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. The purport goes like this. The real nature of Shambhu, the presiding deity of Mahesh Dham, is described. Shambhu is not second godhead other than Krishna. Those who entertain such discriminating sentiment commit a great offense against the Supreme Lord. The supremacy of Shambhu is subservient to that of Govinda. Hence, they are not really different from each other. The non-distinction is established by the fact that just as milk treated with acid turns into curd, so Godhead becomes a subservient when he himself attains a distinct personality by the addition of a particular element of adulteration. This personality has no independent initiative. The said adulterating principle is constituted of a combination of the stupefying quality of the deluding energy, the quality of non-plentitude of the marginal potency, and a slight degree of the ecstatic cognitive principle of the plenary spiritual potency. This specifically adulterated reflection of the principle of the subjective portion of the divinity is Sadashiv, in the form of the effulgent masculine symbol god Shambhuh, from whom Rudradev is manifested. In the work of mundane creation as the material cause, in the work of preservation by the destruction of sundry asuras, and in the work of destruction to conduct the whole operation, Govinda manifests himself as Guna Avatar in the form of Shambhu, who is the separated portion of Govinda imbued with the principle of a subjective plenary portion. The personality of the destructive principle in the form of time has been identified with that of Shambhu by scriptural evidences that have been adduced in the commentary. The purport of the Bhagavad Shlokas Vaishnavanaam yathaa Shambhuh is that Shambhu, in the pursuance of the will of Govinda, works in union with his consort Durga Devi. By his own time energy, he teaches the pious duties, dharma, as stepping stones to the attainment of spiritual service, suitable for jivas in different grades of the conditional existence. And following the will of Govinda, Shambhu maintains and fosters the religion of pure devotion by preaching the cult of illusionism or the Mayavad and speculative Agam Shastras. The 50 attributes of individual souls are manifest in far vaster measure in Shambhu, and 5 additional attributes not attainable by jivas are also partly found in him. So the jivas, the individual souls, the conditioned souls, all of us, we have got 50 qualities and Shiva has 5 more qualities, so Shiva has got 55 qualities. So Shambhu cannot be called a jiva. He is the lord of the jiva, but yet he takes the nature of a separated portion of Govinda. So this was the Sri Brahma Samhita translation by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. So as Vaishnavas, tomorrow we should pray to Lord Shiva, because he is the biggest devotee of Krishna. He is the biggest of the Vaishnavas. We should ask him to help us in achieving the devotional service of Lord Krishna and help us in doing it properly so that we can become good devotees of Lord Krishna. Wish you all a very happy Shrivatri, 1st of March 2022. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hare Krishna.